The purpose of this presentation is to give you a framework to think about the choice of contraceptive methods. What we'll do is we'll use the standard economic framework of people are going to choose contraceptives that vary in their effectiveness, and the way that they're going to choose them is by weighing the marginal benefit of the contracepting compared to the marginal cost of a particular contraceptive. So we have marginal benefit and marginal cost on our vertical axis. So let's start with a marginal benefit. What's the marginal benefit of using a contraceptive? Well, that's avoiding conception, right? So we could think of that as being something that's not going to vary with the effectiveness of the contraceptives we're using. So marginal benefit can just be a nice straight line that doesn't vary with effectiveness. Now, what should the cost, marginal cost of effectiveness look like? We'll hypothesize that the marginal cost of using a more effective contraceptive is increasing in its effectiveness. Where at the extreme, the most effective contraceptives are very costly in terms of foregone utility, or in terms of side effects potential, and things that are fairly ineffective and not very costly are also not very costly. And that's the basic model that we have underlying this to think about choice of contraceptives. So this is a simple framework to use to think about what happens if, say, the marginal benefit of avoiding a pregnancy rises. It's simple. Remember, marginal benefit doesn't vary with the effectiveness of the contraceptive. So we just shift up marginal benefit, and that induces us then to choose a contraceptive that is more effective and that faces a higher marginal cost. And we can use this same framework to think about the impact of, say, education about side effects. So people suddenly learn more about side effects and how to both triage them and not to freak out about them. What does that do? That means for any level of effectiveness then, let's say we're at some amount here, any level of effectiveness, now marginal cost will be lower with education. So maybe we'll wind up with a marginal cost curve, pretty like this. What does that do? Well, then education about contraceptives, by lowering the marginal cost, induces us to have a more effective contraceptive. So, cute little framework to think about choice of contraceptive in.